Hello, guys. Good morning. Welcome back to our midweek live analysis with Prince Wonder. As always, your host, Prince Wonder. I'm sorry for missing last week's session. I had a family emergency. It was unavoidable. So, how has the market been? Bitcoin looks like it has taken a little dip over the last couple of days, and it seems to be recovering a little bit right now. Let's just dive into the market and see what is in store for us for the rest of the week. Okay, so this was last week, I believe. So over the last, well, since say Wednesday last week, we've had a sell. Personally, when we got here, I was expecting a sort of a stretch to retest 22, 300, 400, give or take, to call a bot. If you notice,
Good morning. I'm not seeing your screen now. Or is it only me?
hello, is there anyone else who can see my screen?
Okay, I
We
can
can
see.
see you. I can see.
All right, okay, great. All right, so like I was saying, this support 22 300 level basically has been our support for Bitcoin since well over 2 weeks now. So since we climbed that 22 400 level, we've basically just been consolidating and ranging up there. So I was sort of expecting that we would retest that base before this move. Oh, but I think I have a different perspective on one of my charts. Okay, yeah, this was it. So I didn't actually expect this breakout here. Give or take maybe a fake out, but really not this move that we have right now. I was expecting probably a bearish continuation just to hit that base bottom before we move up. But now we've actually pushed above that, and it looks like we still have some room to grow. Of course, when an extended trend breaks, it usually market direction changes, and then we have a massive trend continuation. Now, in this case, that trend continuation will probably be pointing us back to the top of this range up there. Okay, so I think we also still have a resistance somewhere. All right, so these are our levels that we need to watch out for, provided Bitcoin continues this extended bullish run. Now, on a higher time frame, I'm wildly bearish on BTC right now. If you look up to the 1 week time frame, it still looks like we have a lot of room to grow, probably up to still um, 30K, give or take. Yeah, still all the way to 30K. We still have room to grow, but this actually could take the next couple of months, probably till April or May, for this to play out. So it's not something I'm looking forward to happening in the short term. But on a much smaller time frame, I'm expecting a much steeper correction than we have right now. So right now we've actually just dropped a little bit, right? So basically we're still consolidating at the 25K resistance, 24, 25K resistance. That's where we're still caught up at right now. So personally, I'm expecting a bearish continuation, probably all the way to 20K. Probably that's this point here. So this is the support we're holding up at right now here. So I'm expecting a full correction to actually take us down here. Now I say correction because I'm expecting a bullish continuation after that. So So here and then we bounce right up. So this is what I'm saying is going to happen to this, and then probably all the way up to 30K. Okay, so yeah, so we have a correction and then that bullish continuation. Possibly we might actually use that to form a range. Okay, so this is just my outlook for Bitcoin over the next few weeks, days. So you just break this down into smaller parts. As you can see, I always do on my chart. Despite having a much larger outlook for the market, a short-term I usually have a short-term trade setup. Now, if you look at all these charts, they obviously have different setups than the previous one, and they're all Bitcoin charts, right? So it just helps me trade um, different time frames or have collect different perspectives on the market, and then try to pick which scenario or which situation I actually think is most likely going to play out. Now, I shared this chart in the group, I think, say 4 or 5 days ago. I pointed out this divergence. No, it's not just the divergence, but the fact that we were consistently making lower highs, right? So this started 11th, okay, 14th January, so almost a month now. We've been consistently making lower highs on the RSI while the market price keeps ticking up. Now, what this means is we have fewer and fewer buyers coming into the market, and then we're seeing price still struggle to go up. So if we don't have a lot of people buying, who are the people who are pushing price up? So eventually these people are going to sell, and it's going to result in a much steeper sell. Now you see, coming closer to a lower time frame, you see it's confirming with what I just talked about on our 1 day chart about possible drop to say 2300 level, so down here. So we're still expecting a much steeper sell. That will be confirmed when we drop below 22,300 dollar. Okay, so just watch out for that. Now, I'm not talking about whether Bitcoin has bottomed out, the bear market has bottomed out, and all that stuff. No, that's not what I'm trying to emphasize here. This is right now, what is happening right now, and how we're going to be trading right now, not the general outlook of the market or anything of that nature, but right now, what is price doing? How are we going to react to that? Okay, so because when you have you're waiting for a bottom that probably might not come, or even if it does, it's probably going to take the next 5, 6, 8, 10 months to actually happen. There's no time frame placed on that. That's assuming it hasn't already bottomed out. Okay, so instead of focusing on what probably may not happen, we can actually focus on what's happening right now and how we can obviously make money from it. All right, so that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so going back to my other charts right now for BTC on a lower time frame. Okay, yeah. So for this, based on what I'm seeing on my RSI, we have possible bullish continuation coming in, higher high, higher low trend, and we're reacting to that right now. But based off of what I'm seeing on price and the rejection that we've had from this resistance, I really don't think we're going to push up just because of this. So possibly we'll still drop maybe a little further, 22,900. That's just a $300 drop. So instead of even taking a buy from here, I probably prefer to take a sell, but this looks too 50-50, so probably just wait, see how the market reacts, and then if it drops, I take a buy. Um, on the other hand, okay, so possibly maybe just do something like this, or wait and take a buy from down here should the market drop. If it doesn't do that, you can always just buy on the breakouts and trade the continuation. But personally, my bias here is mostly bearish. Based off of what I'm seeing here. I don't trust that bullish buy as much. So this is just actually a very short move. You can see 1.5%. So it's nothing big. It's just a quick scalp. All right. So let's take a look at some of these alternate coins. AVAX, my dear AVAX. Looks like we're having the same possible short-term reversal here. But, but, okay. Right, so it looks like we're having the same dilemma here. I think it's probably going to be more prudent to watch um, how Bitcoin plays out because I think most of these alternate coins are actually going to follow its lead. Well, I'm saying based on what I have on the reading I have on the RSI, it's more of a rejection from a resistance, and then we're seeing a possible re-entry of that resistance zone. That's basically what the impression I'm getting of here. So we pulled off of this resistance, and possibly we may retest that resistance before we fall. That's actually just the vibe I'm getting off of this. And seeing as Bitcoin did the exact same thing, if you notice, I actually placed my entry for BTC within that range, meaning I expect possibly to still come up a little bit before selling. So this is just the same move as what I'm expecting on those alternate coins. So you can just take your entry close to those resistances. We've had what three pairs show the same thing, so possibly all the rest are actually going to give us the same reading as this one's. This looks like. Okay, just work with that. All right, so pretty much the same thing here as well. So just watch your alternate coins. We've had a direction for BTC, so just watch, see how they play out, and then you can also just apply most of this or our outlook to them. So you pull back, you take a sell. It's actually very good RR. I'm sure none of them is going to give us less than 1:2, considering um, how good of an entry we're possibly getting on this. Okay, so you see Bitcoin was 1:2.28. Okay, so let's switch to the Forex markets. Now, FX has been one evil spirit recently. Be like say Nigeria, Naira, cashless situation, what can they affect the FX market trading too? So I think I shared the signal in group on Telegram, I believe. That was invalidated. I think I sent GBP AUD. I think I remember sending one of these analysis to the group. All right, so looking at Euro USD, we've had a very strong sell this month already. So the US dollar has been gaining. I think off of rumors that inflation, yeah, was going to reduce or something like that. So I think that's triggered a huge chunk of this selling for USD. And it's not just Euro USD, GBP USD as well had the same um, reaction. So you can see that early February, all of them started basically on the 2nd of February. So there was obviously a catalyst to this move. Right. So now looking for our next support zones. If you notice, this was actually very key support for price. Basically, since early January, we climbed above it night and we're just breaking below it now. And I'm expecting, possibly based off of how it usually goes, was going to be seeing a steep sell. This was just a starting move, so I'll probably still be expecting a continuation. But let's just watch and see what actually the market is doing, and not just theorize off of how the market usually plays out. Okay, so firstly, at least, so we're going to see a pull up back into the zone. That's for certain. I don't think we're going to break this resistance easily. That's not going to happen. at least not now. This actually gives me a completely different bias. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to watch what happens within this range, that zone, this entire red box. So we're just going to watch what happens in there as the market enters it, and then if we get confirmation for a sell, we're going to take it because if the kind of buy I possibly see coming in doesn't happen, then we're going to have a very strong sell. Just ride it all the way down. Then that's in it 137 pips should that play out. So watch that this range and take a buy when necessary. I don't think we're going to be getting any short-term scalps here, so just look for another pair. It's still the same thing on GBP USD. They usually work hand in hand. If you look closely, you see the charts are identical. Key supports, breakout, possibly testing it, and probably play around inside there for a little bit. If it breaks out, we head up. If it doesn't, so it's still the same trade setup as GBP, as Euro USD. Now, for GBP CHF, we actually broke out of this range. I was trying to take a sell, but I think I didn't enter. I wasn't in the market when it broke out, so missed that. So now we've actually bottomed out here. She will return to the base where we started that trend. So pretty much we've bottomed out. If you look at the RSI, you notice we're already forming a bullish divergence there. Even before the market entered the zone, we're already seeing a decrease in sell pressure despite the market continuing to go down. So I think we've bottomed out in this range. So we will be primed for a buy from there. I think it would have been better if we got a better entry. Well, that's one. And for this one is going to be terrible. Okay, so here's what we can do. We can actually break this down into a much smaller move and trade it. We'll have a much riskier SL than I'm usually comfortable with. But then let's see. Okay, so we'll just use our previous bottom, our last known bottom as our SL, a little below that. And yeah, we have a distance RR. Now, the reason why I'm able to do this, if you listen to me, you see, I usually say don't create where your RR or where your SL is going to be. It has to be below support. Now, what I did here is take this temporary support as my trend invalidation point. Now, the larger trend is still going to be valid, and then I'll possibly still take another entry within this zone. But then, if this particular one is taken out, most likely this move isn't going to play out in the short term, right? So that's just the idea behind what I did here. So we could take this 40 pips against 92. Guys, if you have any pair you want me to look at, please do send them so we look at them really quick. Okay, so it's already reversed. I think there's a short term mini support here.
Nine color there.
Okay, so we're already breaking above that. If you want to trade the continuation, you could do this. Take a buy from that range, SL here, TP within the yellow zone. So this is basically taking a buy breakout trade. So you're buying the breakout and trading the continuation. Okay. I don't know. Euro JPY has been acting like Ogbanje recently. There's no formation. It just keeps breaking support. No um serious continuation, and then it pushes back up above what he did here, pulled out, basically just invalidated a bunch of trends, filled that gap, no reversal, broke out, came down, broke this zone, and then just it's been a mess lately. So I think I've been avoiding it a little bit until it retains sense. So GBP AUD, I like what I see here, but I'm not comfortable with where the market is. Clearly, there's a bullish divergence here, but the market really isn't within my support for me to take a buy position. Lord knows if I actually saw this, I probably wouldn't have taken that buy position because most of these divergences, especially on a lower time frame, don't really result in a big move. It's just a small correction and then a bearish continuation. So personally, here I'd still be waiting for the market within this range to buy because where it is right now and what I'm seeing, I'm not expecting a large move. What's entering where the market is right now. All right, guys. So please, let me know what you want me to look at. So we do that. I'm basically exhausted pairs I want to look at this morning. So. Just type it in the group. Sharp, sharp. AXS. Let's see if it's on BitGet. Okay, so yeah, it's a perpetual swap contract rate on BitGet. Yes, if you're not trading on BitGet, you really need to get on to it. So after this class, I'm going to be sharing a link that gives you back 20% of your trading fees that you trade on BitGet with. So I'm going to share that link immediately after this class. If you sign up with that link, all your trades you trade on BitGet, all the fees you charge, you're going to be getting 20% of it back. And in just a couple of days, we're going to be having a futures trading competition in the group where this is actually completely sponsored by me. Uh, there's going to be a cash prize for the person with the most trading volume. So I'm just giving you guys a sneak peek into what I have planned. Uh, share more details as time goes on. Okay, so Mr. Godwin, we have a potential bullish continuation here for AXS. Alright, so let me break this down into a much smaller time frame. Would have been nice to catch it somewhere around here. But if this is our target, it's probably still not too late to enter. Yep, still not too late to enter if our target is within this top range. But regardless of that, on a higher time frame, I'd probably just wait for this zone and take a sell. Yeah, take a sell. We're already pushing up into overbought, so I doubt we're going to see a breakout from there. Let's just watch and see. Well, don't rush into a sell when you get here. Just wait for maybe a little bit of a confirmation. Let's see if what's on the 4 hour time frame is going to play out now or we're going to have a correction first. So just aim for this level for a sell. You can take a short-term bullish continuation from where the market is currently, and just hit that small, what, 3%, 4%. Okay, FTM. Okay, I think this is probably one of the only pairs that I have seen that at an immediate glance looks bullish this morning. Uh, okay, so that's clean, clear. Last analysis is fine if your chart no scatter. So this is basically a very clean, straightforward structure. Buy, take profit here, or I doubt we'll continue the uptrend. This is basically just what we saw on BTC. So a short-term buy from here would be nice. RR really isn't all that good, but manageable. So you could take a buy from current price. Target is 0.603, a 4.5% move. I'm sure you guys are trading futures anyway, so this could be as much as 30% profit for you with 5x. Okay, next one. FET USDT. I think I already analyzed AVAX. Hmm. Okay, so I'm not sure if I should count this as a breakout, a retest. I probably most likely just go with a fake out, and we're still at a resistance and expecting a sell. Obviously, my RSI agrees with me, so I'm just going to be taking that, take profit, SL above those wicks, and then sit down and make money. Okay, so this is FET and cakes. This doesn't seem like a very popular pair. Bearish divergence. I think that even started here. So clearly this is a sell, not debatable at all. Okay. Alright, so for a second I actually thought we were at an all-time high. I say which kind of pair they give us all-time high for these market conditions. Oh, that's actually close to the all-time high. Okay, so even on the daily time frame, we have a massive bearish divergence. Just actually take a very, very large sell on this one. Um, Although you might want to use a small leverage so you can milk this for as much as long as possible. So I'm just going to take my sell all the way down there. I don't want to know. It's going to drop 50%. Just watch that. Enjoy the show, especially if Bitcoin does what Bitcoin is about to do. This looks like it has enjoyed the fruits of someone else's labor for a little while. So enjoy that short. I'm actually going to hold on to this one so that I'll say I told you so later. Okay, so last one, I think I already analyzed ICP, but let's just take another look at it. Okay. This actually looks a lot like a channel, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that up there. Yeah, so that is a lower high, lower low channel. So now here's one thing. Well, at a resistance, no doubt. Now the question here is, are we going to break out or are we going to fall back down here? Now on the sell side, this is what we have. I really can't say which is which right now, but then I'm just going to give you scenarios and how you can confirm them. So you just watch your charts and see how this play out for you. Now this is on the sell side. I'm going to take a sell from the current market price, which seems still 50-50 because the market hasn't actually flipped yet. So, but on the buy side, you really just want to wait for a breakout. Don't take a buy where the market is right now. Take a buy from where our SL is. You can leave your stop loss where the market inside this zone. Doesn't matter because if it drops there, we're going to have a much steeper sell. So I doubt we're going to have a correction from there. So, but if we do breakouts, we're going to head all the way up here. Just I think we had a similar scenario. Was that Solana or Avax? Had a scenario like that. Was that in Forex? Right. So if we do breakouts, we're going to have that push up all the way up to the top of the range, and then if we don't, just place your SL as prescribed on the charts. But mostly, I'm actually mostly leaning on the sell right now. Let me check out for our chart. Okay, so still 50-50, but I'm mostly leaning on the sell right now until I see otherwise. And that decision is mostly just reinforced by the fact that we are at a resistance. Okay, so until that changes, um, I'm mostly on the sell side, but then there's a very slim chance, well, more than slim, a little better than slim, that we might have that bullish continuation. But either way, it's actually still a good trade. So just mark out those prices that I've outlined and take your well continuation or trade from there. Okay, guys. All right. Okay, so there's still one here. Come. Okay, so this also still looks like a sell.
Mhm.
Please always confirm your support and resistance. It's absolutely important because this ranges are actually where we're buying and selling. It's actually the foundation of our entire analysis. So it's absolutely important for you to get them right. If you don't, well, your information or the information you're going to be working with would most likely not be correct. And if you're aiming for the wrong price range, well, let's just say its impact on your analysis is a lot more than we would care to acknowledge. Okay, yeah. So it's we have one down here. You ask my students, it takes us at least 2 weeks to get through support and resistance. Um, despite the fact that they say it's just you look for 2 points here, 2 points there. But it takes a lot of work to really understand and be able to determine which is relevant, which is not, to be able to differentiate what makes one relevant and what makes another one not, to be able to combine support and resistance on multiple time frames and just work with them in sync on a single chart. It takes a lot of work. So I'm actually tempted to put up a support trend line here. So we have a higher low trend, and then this is our resistance at the moment, which looks like we're reacting and selling from. Although I don't think this sell, I don't think this sell is actually strong enough to take us all the way down here. So we use the the support in between. So possibly this is just a 50% replacement before a bullish continuation. So that's we'll just put our SL above there and take profit here. So this is just a short term sell as it comes from. Okay. When we get down here, we can tell if we're going to continue going up or not. All right, guys. So thank you for coming out today. That's that. The video for the session will be up on YouTube almost immediately after the session. So should you have any questions, please, my inbox is always open. See you guys next week. Thank you. Happy trading and well, enjoy the profits.